You know that moment when a man and a woman approach a door at the same time together in public. Usually and typically, the man will grab the door and hold it open, and might even say, "Oh, after you." And whether, the intention is goodwill for the most part, it's not with ill will, it's not trying to pick her up. I've been trained and I've been taught that this is the right thing to do, the gentlemanly thing to do, you know. And I hold the door open for everybody. So after you, I insist. Now I want you to think about it, and I want you to notice the next time two men approach a door at the same time. It's this interesting phenomenon that happens, right? Where two guys approach a door. One will eventually grab the door and hold it open. And might say something like, "Oh, no, after you, I got this." "No, no, no, I'm good, man. After you, I insist." "No, no, no, go ahead, I got this." "No, no, I'm good, bro. Go ahead, after you." But what's happening, right, on this kind of subconscious level that we might not even admit to as men, or even acknowledge as real, but there's something happening. I'm not saying all men do this, but there's this thing happening on the inside where we're kind of like, "I got this. Go ahead." "No, no, no. I'm a man. I got it. I can take care of my business." "Are you questioning my manhood?" "I got this, bro." "Are you saying I'm not a man? I can't take care of my business? I'm not capable?" "I got this. Go ahead." And this whole thing, right, where throughout moments, quiet moments, and everyday moments, as men, we're constantly trying to assert and prove our manhood that we're capable, we can take care of ourselves, and we can handle our business. So my name is Jeff Pereira. I work with a group called the White Ribbon Campaign, the world's largest effort to engage men and boys in working to end violence against women and to redefine and reimagine ideas of what it means to be a man and of manhood and masculinity. And part of that is really looking at this man up culture that has all of us as men in a vice lock, right? This idea of being a man, in part, is being capable, being fully self sufficient, being capable of handling all problems, all situations, all by yourself. And that you've got that. And if you're not manning up and you need to ask for help and you show weakness, then you're not really being a man. And this whole thing is leading us to a situation where men tie our identities so strongly to things like showing that we have muscles, that we've got money, or we've got some form of power to show to others, and more importantly to ourselves, that we're really men, that we're capable and able to handle problems and handle our business. So you as a friend, as a partner, as a romantic partner, will see by my muscles or money or whatever form of power that I'm a man. I can take care of myself because I can take care of my problems. Therefore, I can take care of you and take care of your problems. And what happens is that we have this thing where men aren't able to show their vulnerability and be human and say, "You know what, sometimes I need help. Sometimes I need to ask for help." It's this whole lifelong process of stuff that we have to unlearn. So I started a site called Higher Unlearning, which is a space to discuss this stuff. And Carlos has started this amazing ManUpMoment project to really look at these ideas and share stories of men at crucial moments in their lives when they had to decide manning up and what does that mean and had to step up to the plate. This whole crazy idea of what it means to be a man, right? So I want to share with you the fact that as someone who's taken to my work being addressing these issues and being a role model, it's a lifelong process, and I'm unlearning it all the time, and I'm far from perfect, and definitely a work in progress. To do that, I want to share a story with you from a few years ago. I had a 9 to 5 job downtown Toronto, Canada, where I live, and we have subways here in Toronto. I don't know if you have subways wherever you are watching this video, but for the most part, you've probably seen a subway on a movie, that kind of thing. And so, subways in the mornings during the 9 to 5, rush hour, it's people going to jobs that they can't stand for the most part, right? Or don't like, or they're half awake and they're in a zombie state, right? So people are shuffling in the morning like penguins going to the subway station, right? And I'm one of them. Every morning, my routine, got the token in my hand, going up to the turnstile a couple of years ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday. And I'm approaching the turnstile, right? And I'm walking up, and I notice my peripheral view. There's the attractive woman coming up to the turnstile. Okay, so I've noticed that. There's tons of people. So I'm walking up to the turnstile as I do every morning, put the token in the slot, I walk through, and then all of a sudden, bah, I get rejected. Now I'm wide awake. I'm like, what the, what, And I'm looking down at the slot, and I see that the token is stuck in the slot. So I'm like, what am I gonna do, right? Now, I don't know if you've been in a life or death situation before, but you know that moment where it's like in the movies where the hero and the villain, the climactic scene, and it's like in super slow motion. So the story I'm going to tell you takes place over a few seconds, but in my mind, it was hours and hours. So I'm standing there, and people are piling up behind me, and they're waiting for me to get my act together, get my business together, So they're kissing their teeth, and they're kind of like, come on, buddy, get it together, man. So I'm feeling this pressure, and I'm like struggling, and I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? Oh, I'll get my key, and I'll push the token through the slot. Sweet. Okay, so now I'm looking for my key, and I'm stumbling, and I'm looking for it, right? And in that moment, this guy walks by through the next turnstile, right? And he's all suave, and he just swipes his card, not missing a beat, sees me struggling, and then slaps the top of the turnstile, my turnstile, and goes off on his way. So, of course, when he does that, the token falls through, beep, and I look up, and I'm like, oh, thank you. And at that moment, I'm thinking, oh, man, this guy must think I'm such a loser. The woman here must think I'm such a loser. All these people must think I'm such a loser. And I feel like such a loser. But really, who's judging me right now? This guy that helped me out is probably thinking, oh, dude, don't worry about it, man. It happens all the time. Have a good day. Peace. The woman's probably looking at me thinking, oh, look, he's so cute. He's stumbling and bumbling. It's endearing. The only person judging me is me. It's me saying, oh, I didn't step up to the plate. I didn't man up. I didn't handle my business. And it's this idea that we have to constantly always have the answers, that we always have to be self-sufficient, that we can always handle our business, because if we fall at any moment, we're less of a man. And it's ridiculous. We need to stop it. Being a man is knowing that it's cool, it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to accept help. You know, whether it's for health, whether it's asking for directions, whatever it is, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of redefining and of true strength to say, you know what, I need to ask for help. So that's my man up moment, and I'm excited to hear all of yours, and I'm excited for the project that Carlos is doing to help us redefine and to say, you know what, being a man is so much more than what we've created it to be, and it's creating the freedom to be who we are. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Carlos, for the work you're doing. Much love, much appreciated. Peace.